and became a U.S. Army Green Beret. I loved what I did. At the 10-year mark, you decide to either stay in and be what's called a lifer, or you get out. See, I wanted to be in business for myself, so I ended up getting out. The next 3 years were miserable, doing odd, crappy jobs and barely scraping by, wondering if I'd made the right decision. Fortunately, a friend of mine mentioned that I should try out for the fire department, and I did, and I got hired as a Seattle firefighter. An amazing job. I loved helping people, and it gave me a feeling of camaraderie that I missed from the military. However, I still had the business bug. I learned about real estate and started buying courses like Carleton Sheets and Rich Dad Poor Dad. I started marketing for deals in 2002. I was really excited, ready to build an amazing business based on all the great stories that I'd read in the courses. In 2005, I mastered the motivated seller system that I'm going to show you today. In 2006, I generated my first $1 million in real estate. I was able to start consistently flipping multiple deals every single month, doing wholesale flips and simple rehabs, doing lease options, doing private money deals. The deals just started flowing. Sellers will literally come into our office with all of their paperwork and sign everything before we even look at the house. In 2013, my passion turned upwards towards helping other investors achieve the same success I have. So I decided to launch a training business with the sole purpose of helping others get to their real estate investing goals. The results? I've helped over 9,000 students across the country build their real estate business. Over 45,000 entrepreneurs subscribe to my email newsletter, and I currently have other thought leaders reaching out to interview me every single week, so I'll share my knowledge with their people. I've done countless interviews to thousands of investors across the United States. I've been invited to share private lunches with people like George Ross from The Apprentice to share ideas about real estate markets, and shared VIP rooms at huge speaking events with people like Damon John from Shark Tank. Obviously, it goes without saying that having that level of financial success has been great. But what's really mattered most is the lifestyle that learning how to find deals has allowed me to live, which is a life of complete freedom. There's some really big moments in my highlight reel that I'm incredibly grateful for, like being able to speak in front of countless people and share my real estate marketing knowledge, or racing exotic cars in Napa with fantastic friends, or having the freedom to live anywhere in the world that I choose. I've lived in 8 different places in the last 5 years. But what learning how to find and close deals has provided that I'm most grateful for over the years has been the little things, like having the freedom to wake up every morning whenever I want, or buying food and clothes without ever having to look at the price tag, or having the ability to provide substantial support to causes that I care about, like disaster relief or building food bundles for people in need, and being able to spend time with the most important people in my life and provide an amazing life for them as well. You know, in the military, I loved being in aircraft, especially helicopters. Now, I fly them myself. This is freedom. So now that you know a little about my background, is this material and training session today going to be useful and relevant to you? Who is this for? Well, if you're investing in real estate or want to invest in real estate, this is for you. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or investor who wants to do multiple deals per month and live an amazing lifestyle, then this is for you. If you are an investor and have had a tough time figuring out how to find deals, but you know that if you could just figure this out, it would change your life forever, this is especially relevant to you and will solve the problem once and for all. If you have a cash flow problem in your personal life or your business, and if you'd like to learn a skill set that can increase your income by 3 to 10 times within the next 6 months or so, then this is for you. And finally, if you want to learn how to create and scale an automated, motivated seller machine that will allow you or your business to go from making 0 to 5 figures in income per year to 6 or 7 figures, then today's training session will show you exactly how to do that. Now, with that being said, I have some house rules before we dive into the content. I refuse to waste everyone's time on anything that resembles or supports a get-rich-quick mentality. So if you're looking for some kind of do-nothing type of miracle leads gimmick that'll just magically make you rich, I'm sorry to say that you will certainly not find that here nor anywhere else, because there's no such thing. I'm going to teach you a skill today. The process I'm going to share with you today works as well as it does because it's based on a system and process. Unfortunately, this formula can also be used by bad people to do bad things. If you're someone who wants to manipulate or take advantage of sellers in need for your own personal benefit without creating a win-win scenario and looking out for the other people, this is not for you, and I would appreciate it if you would leave the room now. Ultimately, the only way to get what you want in life is to help others get what they want. So if you do not have a sincere desire to help others and deliver an incredible amount of value to others, then this isn't going to work out for you. I've just thrown some pretty big numbers at you here over the past few minutes. I've told you that I had my first $1 million year in 2006. I told you that I'm making checks for 20 grand, 40 grand, 70 grand, and over $100,000, and that my company has produced millions of dollars in revenue over the last several years. I think it should be fairly obvious, but I'll say it anyway. My results are not even remotely typical. It took me years of study and work to figure this stuff out and to master this process. And while I can give you a massive shortcut today, you will ultimately have to put in the required time and work. And while I hope that you surpass my levels of success as a handful of my students actually have, I'm not going to remotely suggest or claim that you're going to make a dime because I don't have control over your decisions and actions. Following our theme of honesty and transparency today, we both know that the vast majority of people who watch or buy training materials of any kind will never get any results or make any money at all, just as most people who bought a treadmill have it sitting in the corner as a clothes rack. They want the end result, but at the end of the day, they're simply not willing to put in the time or work to make it happen. The ones who do get the reward. All right, so if you're still with me here after that little rant, let's dive in and get to work. Step 1. How to create a 7-figure motivated seller machine. So right now, I'm going to show you how to create a motivated seller machine that has the ability to generate $1 million or more worth of real estate deals per year. So let's start by defining what this machine looks like and what features it must contain. In essence, you can think of it as the perfect lead generation machine. It works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days per week. It never gets tired. It sifts out motivated sellers every single time, and it can locate an infinite number of sellers in any market. It has the ability to take a complete stranger and provide them with all the information they need in order to make a decision to contact you for help at that moment in time. It answers and addresses all of their questions or objections for you so you don't have to. And finally, it has the ability to follow up with sellers at exactly the right time and get deal after deal. So what's really important here is that a 7-figure motivated seller machine, your deal machine if you will, is completely automated. It never requires your personal participation at any time once it's set up and tuned in. And that's the key, because that means it's infinitely scalable. And that scalability is the difference between you making 30 grand a year and $1 million. It's why real estate investors, agents, and anyone else in the real estate space have a ceiling on their income. The lead generation process requires their personal participation. Back when I made this realization, I had a very different motivation that inspired me to start figuring this process out. By the time I was getting out of the military, I knew that I wanted to work for myself. There was just no way that I was willing to let someone else dictate when I had to work and how much I could make for the rest of my life. So I started to explore all kinds of different business opportunities. But no matter what I did, I always ran into the same problem. In order to make money, you had to eventually sell something to someone or have a ton of money to invest in something, which I wasn't in a position to do either. I found real estate and I heard about no money down investing and I thought, yeah, I can do this. I started marketing like the courses told me to do. I'd drive my car around at night, posting bandit signs, hoping that nobody would see me. I'd go into places of business, and when nobody was looking, because it's embarrassing, I'd put flyers on bulletin boards. I'd spend hours driving around looking for junky old abandoned houses. You know, all the methods that are supposed to work. The end result was scratching out 1 or 2 deals over an entire year. and maybe making 20K, and basically ending up still broke and frustrated. I couldn't figure out why other people could take the exact same strategies and do countless deals and make hundreds of thousands or more per year while I couldn't make anything, especially after years of trying to figure out every single thing they suggested. I constantly have to fight back that thought that I'm just not cut out for this, that I just don't have what it takes. And if you've ever felt like this as well, there's a reason. There's a difference between doing what you're told to do and doing what actually works. So don't be too hard on yourself, because your current lack of results is not your fault. Now, if you've ever felt like that or feel like that right now, it's okay. You're not alone. And the good news is there is a way out. What I'm about to show you is not common knowledge. You have to seek it out, which is what you've done here today, and you'll be glad you did. Here's how I figured it out. I fell back on my Special Forces training. I had the training and experience. I just needed to implement it. So I dove in and I used my Special Forces background to develop a plan of action, a success plan, an operations plan. I started looking at what local businesses were doing to get leads. How are they attracting customers and clients? After all, real estate investing is actually a local business, local to the market that the house is in. So digging in, I learned some very surprising statistics about how the most successful businesses were doing their marketing. And finally, in 4 years, after years of scratching around, making peanuts in real estate, but never giving up, I began implementing my new plan. Within a few months, I'd acquired 9 new deals and made some good-sized checks for the very first time. I knew I had unlocked the secret to success in real estate investing. I stayed focused and kept refining the system over the next 7 months. And in 2006, I had my very first $1 million year in real estate, business, and in my life. I had found something that would change my life forever. I discovered the concept of inbound marketing. Inbound marketing is a type of marketing designed to find people who are looking for a solution and ready to take action automatically. I realized that doing all that outbound marketing methods, simply chasing people around, hoping to find a motivated seller somewhere, it's what everyone else is doing with all those typical marketing methods being taught. So I bought every book and marketing course on inbound marketing I could find, and I started developing my system. I turned it on, and I started refining it. I knew I had figured out the formula when I received 2,529 prospective leads in only 60 days. And this is a picture of that result right here. It shows the number of people who visited my leads page over a 60-day period. Here's another account, and after we got it tuned in, we were getting 20 to 30 prospective leads a day to this landing page. Within a few months, I was doing multiple deals every single month, cashing multiple checks. I'd done it. I'd figured out a way to beat the competition in any market, and I never had to worry about how to make a living again. My life would never be the same, and once you acquire this skill set, the same will be true for you. So, what's the secret? How can you get the attention of a stranger, inform, educate, and inspire them to reach out to you for help and ask you to buy their house a few minutes later? Well, it's the internet. Where do you go when you need a solution, an answer? Do you drive around looking for signs on poles? Do you go to the store and search bulletin boards? No. You open up your laptop or you pick up your phone and you search Google. Everyone is now 100% trained to find solutions this way. Whether they're 25 or 75, they are on the internet searching for a solution whenever they have a problem. What do you do when you need a restaurant, a dentist, a car repair shop? Of course, you pull out your phone and you search. Let me be very clear. This is not about putting up a website, using Craigslist or Facebook or any of that other stuff. This is how to be smack in the face of a motivated seller when they search Google for a solution to their problem house. Let me show you. When a seller is motivated, they are feeling a ton of stress and anxiety. They simply need a solution. They may be at work or home talking with their spouse, or even wake up in the middle of the night desperate for a solution. Do you know what they do? Well, what do you do when you need an answer or a solution? They pick up their laptop or their phone and they go right to Google and they start typing. They type in what are called keywords or search terms right into Google. Terms like how to sell my house fast, sell my Denver house fast, investors who buy houses, and hundreds of other keywords that we've discovered that they use. This is the first step. What happens next is the magical part. What do they see? They see search results that look like this. You know what happens next? They start reading those top few results, and then they start clicking. They click on the one that's most appealing. Do you know where that click takes them? That search takes them to a web page connected with that search result. I'm going to teach you how to be in that top set of results so they click on your search result and find you as a solution. Once that happens, they either call you or fill out a form on your webpage, then you immediately get notified of a new lead. There's a massive difference here between inbound marketing and outbound marketing. With outbound marketing, potential sellers see you as Sneaky Sam, chasing them around with signs and letters and even knocking on their door. They feel like you're preying on them. This causes them to immediately shut down and not feel comfortable. With inbound marketing, the motivated seller searches for you when they are ready, motivated, eager to get a solution to their problem house that's driving them nuts. When they find you, they see you as a legitimate solution, a real business that they can count on to help solve their problem. Can you see how different this is and why inbound marketing is the clear way to build a successful real estate investing business? Now, there are several ways to show up in these top results. I'm going to cover what the different ways are, then I'll teach you the fastest way, how to do it, and how to avoid doing it the wrong way, like nearly every other investor who tries it. Here's the thing to watch out for. Most every single investor who tried to figure this out misses 3 critical points. Missing these points causes them to fail, so they never show up in the results. I'm going to show you our proven process so you know exactly how to do it the right way, so you can show up in the top results, get sellers to your contact page, and start getting hot, motivated seller leads and start closing deals. Sound good? Let's take a look at how a Google search result page is set up. When somebody does a search of any kind, there are several types of results. At the top are paid ads, called Google Ads. Under those are what we call organic listings, also known as SEO or search engine optimization, and are based on many different factors. Organic listings are very powerful, but also very complicated and can take a long time, months, to get positioned. Now, the paid ads can be very effective and very fast to get results. The beauty of the paid ads is you can target exactly who sees them, what city, what county, even which zip codes. Another awesome thing is that you never actually pay for ads unless someone clicks through and visits your landing page. I know I keep mentioning web page, and this may start to feel technical for you. I'd like you to forget about that and not be concerned about a web page if you don't have one or think this may be too technical. I'll show you how that's not an issue. Now that you know how the search works, let's take a look at just how powerful this is. Here's a few search terms I pulled up using a Google tool to show you the incredible amount of motivated sellers looking for help. It'll help you get an understanding of how massive this opportunity is to be in front of these sellers when they search. Now, take a look. Sell my house fast. Almost 500,000 or 500,000 searches every single month. Sell my house to an investor. Almost 30,000 searches a month. Sell my house fast. 1.2 million people type in every single month, sell my house fast. Sell my house without an agent. 500,000 people a month. Sell my house by owner. 2.25 million people. Wow. Here's another one. How to stop foreclosure. Over 300,000 people every single month type in how to stop foreclosure. And finally, someone to take over house payments. Can you say subject to? 50,000 people every single month type this in. Now, you can see how many people are searching these terms. Let me show you how powerful this is when you set it up the motivated seller machine way and turn it on. This is one of our markets. You can see page after page of top rankings for all of these motivated seller keywords. We hit these over and over. Cash for houses, I buy houses, selling a house as is, sell house fast, fast home sale, on and on and on. Sell this house, I buy houses. So we rank for all of these terms at the top of Google. What happens? The result? Those motivated sellers call me or fill out a form on my webpage, and I get notified immediately, hey, you got another motivated seller lead. Check this out. This always makes me smile whenever I do this in a new market. Now, I lived in Idaho around the middle of 2018 for a few months. I told you I've moved 8 times in the past 5 years. I fired up a motivated seller machine there, and I got the results that I knew I'd get. I always do. Lead after lead, call after call. These are the voicemails on my phone. Voicemails. These don't include all the calls that I actually answered. Check out this case study. Now, this is when I lived in Seattle, and a perfect example of how this system scoops up motivated sellers who aren't even on the radar for anything. No vacant house list, no probate, no foreclosure. It makes very clear how a seller looks for help and finds us. Then we get the deal. The house is in North Seattle. I remember it very well because the house had a red roof and also had an easement, so the two houses could actually share the driveway. I thought that was really weird. This house wasn't in foreclosure, wasn't in probate, wasn't listed as vacant, none of the typical houses investors are taught to go after. So it wasn't on any of the lists that investors use. Now, the seller did a Google search to find a solution to sell his house. Quickly, he found me listed in the results and called me. I was the only person he contacted. Imagine that. 0 competition. I went and looked at the house and made a cash offer of $127,000. Guess what? At that time, I didn't have $127,000. So what did I do? See, I hear investors all the time, but I can't offer cash because I don't have it. That's bull, and I'll tell you why. When you have a good deal lined up, money is everywhere. I actually asked around and quickly found another firefighter who was willing to loan me the $127,000. People love to make more than the lame interest they're making on investments, so they're happy to loan you money for deals. I spent one day cleaning it up, pulled an old green rug out of the living room, wiped down the kitchen and swept the floors, and yes, I swept that eased driveway. We put the house on the market, had it sold in 1 week. My profit for one day's work, $23,000. No competition, no hassle, just another easy deal where the seller found me. I hope you're starting to see why this is the future of marketing for motivated seller leads. There's nothing quite like it. The reason I've been able to make this work is I don't follow the herd when it comes to using this type of system. Whoever tries to figure this out always seems to miss the 3 critical parts that I've figured out, so I always win. I'm going to show you those 3 critical parts as we go through the steps. All right, let's dig into the steps. One quick reminder before we do. Remember, you don't need to have a website right now. I'll show you what to do. Also, you can get results very fast. You can turn it on or off at any time. You can laser target any market. You can scale this as big as you want. Okay, really important. Do not grab parts of this training and try to make it work. It won't. Watch the entire training. There are 3 very specific things I'll teach you that will beat your competitors. All right, let's go to step 1 of this system. But I want to remind you, if this seems technical for you, and as I'm going through the steps you think, whoa, I'll never be able to do all this, I'm going to ask you to put that thought on the shelf until I finish, because I have the solution for those of you who are not techie at all or don't have time to set this up. You do not need any technical skill or marketing experience to do this. Okay, now that we have that covered, here's step 1 of our motivated seller machine setup. The first step is to create a Google account. Now, since this is all done using Google, the first thing we need to do is create a Google account. It's pretty straightforward. Just go to Google and select the new account button and follow the instructions there. You'll create a new account and be ready for step 2. Now, make sure to save your new account email, address, and password. If you have an existing Google account, totally fine to use that. Step 2, we need to create a Google Ads account. The Google Ads account is where we set everything up. It manages all of the campaigns and ads and provides the interface so we can see all of our stats, the number of clicks, and so on. Once you have the Google account you created in the previous step and are logged in, just go to ads.google.com and click the Start button on the page. The next thing we need to do, this is critical, we need to develop a keyword list. Now, here we deviate a little bit from where the Google Ads setup instructs us to go. It's one thing I've learned to do differently that gets much better results. You're going to create a keyword list. Remember how people search different keywords? Sell my house fast, how to sell my house for cash, investors who buy houses, and so on. Well, we need to create our own list. To get to the keyword planner while logged into your new Google account, just do a search on Google Keyword Planner. You'll find the link to the planner in the results. Now, once you're on the planner, you'll create a keyword list using terms sellers would use to search Google when they desperately want to sell their house fast. The more relevant terms you can find, the better. We have hundreds and hundreds that we've developed and discovered to work over the years. After you create your keyword list, step 4, you need to group your keyword list into themes, what I call themes. Now, you're going to take that keyword list and break it down into themes like sell by owner, sell fast, sell without agent, sell for cash, and so on. If you want, you can also dive into the keyword themes like stop foreclosure or probate if you're in those markets. The system works very well for that too. Now, set these keywords aside in a safe place because you'll need them here in a couple of steps. Next, you're going to choose a campaign name. So after you create your Google keywords, you'll come back to the Google Ads page and choose a campaign name. Select website traffic as the campaign type, then choose something like motivated seller for the name of your campaign. If you're going to focus on the foreclosure market, choose a name like Stop Foreclosure. And if you plan to do more than one market, you may choose something like Motivated Seller Denver, then another campaign maybe Motivated Seller Boulder, and so on. We create different campaigns based on a market because the location targeting, which I'll cover next, and it's at the campaign level. Step 6, you're going to choose your location. Now, the next step is to select your target area. During this step, you can choose your target area by state, city, county, even specific zip codes. The great thing about this is your ads will only be shown to people in your target market. If your target market is Houston, you don't want motivated sellers in Seattle seeing your ads because it simply isn't where you do business. This is one of the super cool things about this system, laser targeting a specific market of your choice. Now, in step 7, once you get your market selected, you're going to create your ad groups. Ad groups will contain your keywords and your ads. For example, an ad group named Sell My House Fast would contain the keywords associated with Sell My House Fast and ads related to Sell My House Fast. You probably wouldn't want an ad that said Stop Foreclosure in a Sell My House Fast ad group. It just doesn't match. We'll dig more into this in the keywords and ad steps coming up next. Step 8. Add your keywords. Now you're going to add your keywords into the related ad groups like I mentioned. Now can you see why we create themes for our keywords? It makes it much easier to batch them into ad group themes that makes sense. And also to create our ads that match our keywords. I'll explain why this is all relevant shortly. You can certainly add more than one keyword into an ad group. Just make sure it's themed correctly. There's a better way which I'll cover in a little bit, but for now it's what most people end up doing. Now, step 9, create ads. And I like you to create 2 ads for each ad group so you can split test them. This is where we really get some traction. Your ad is what sellers see when they type in your keywords. Your ad must be compelling. This is very important. If your ad fails to convey what the seller's looking for, they simply won't click on it. This is another reason why we create themes. If a seller searches the term, how to sell my house fast, and your ad pops up, but it happens to say, we deal with houses in probate, it isn't a fit. So there's little chance you're going to get any leads that way. With the ads, we have the opportunity to put 3 headlines of 30 characters each and 2 descriptions. It's actually quite a bit of space. However, your ad copy must be good. It must cause that seller to want to take action and learn more. Now in these example ads I made for you, you can see how I matched up the headline and the keyword. See how the keyword is sell my house fast? and the first headline of the ad is how to sell my house fast. This creates a connection for the seller. They type sell my house fast into Google and my ad says how to sell my house fast. It's an instant mental match. The seller thinks, this is just what I'm looking for, and they click on the ad. Boom, another prospective lead. Now, the rest of the headlines must also be compelling. Each and every word is a chance to get that seller to click on your ad. After the first headline, it says, local company buys house cash. Do you see what I did there? Local company immediately brings trust into the scenario. People don't want to deal with some big conglomerate who they feel will take advantage. This is where the local company comes in. Also, buys houses cash. This is very powerful to use. And like I showed you on that case study earlier, even if you don't have cash, you can get it very quickly when you have a deal signed up. It's everywhere. I also mentioned get a fast, fair offer. Again, bringing trust. Everybody wants a fair offer. And of course, they're looking for a fast solution. In the description, you can see some reiteration of the points I mentioned, but I also put a seed in their mind. Why waste time trying to sell by owner or with an agent when we can buy within days? You want to get them shaking their heads with a, yeah, that's right. That would take forever. And then click on your ad. Your ads are the backbone of your advertising, so they should be well thought out. We've developed many different highly effective ads over the years, fine-tuning this system. Now, step number 10, add your billing info. Okay, you're almost ready to go. Now it's time to add your billing info into Google Ads. Here are a couple things to remember. You can turn this system on or off at any time. If your campaigns are off, your ads will not show and you will not be billed for any clicks. You can choose how much you want to spend, whether that's $10 a day, getting started, or $100 a day because you scaled up and are closing deals every single month. You control it 100%. Your ads will only show up in the locations you choose. That way you're only paying for clicks in your own market. And once the system is set up, it's always there for you. Turn it off or on whenever you want. You can turn it off for 2 or 3 months and then turn it on and be right back in the game. So you're now in possession of the 10-step formula that I've used over and over again to make over $7 million in my business over the past years. But we're not done yet. Now, as I'm sure you remember, this formula is only one of 2 components we need to create your 7-figure motivated seller machine. The first is our Google Ads initial account setup. The second is adding my special twist to the system that's allowed me to beat competitors over and over and get super cheap leads compared to everyone else, resulting in a consistent flow of deals. Now that we have the initial setup done, it's time for my special twist. This is what truly creates the results. This is how we beat out all the competition and have all of the top ranking ads like I showed you earlier. Here's another reminder. Right now, most of you are probably thinking, okay, this is crazy. I'll never be able to do all of this. Remember, I stated earlier, I'll show you how to get this done easily, even if you're not techie at all. Anyone can do this. Now, we need to add the twist. The setup we just went through will get your account set up and running. What I want to do now is show you how you can beat the competition in your market who may also be using Google Ads. Welcome to part 2, beating the competition by using the twist. In this section, you're going to learn how to win at the ads game by using the twist I discovered. This will move you from right in the middle of the pack, trying to compete with everyone else by constantly bidding higher and higher, to rising to the top of the pack and only paying a fraction per click that everybody else is paying. Here's a quick example. This is a brand new account and already starting to get clicks in just a couple of days. You can see that the average cost per click is only $3. Do you know that many people trying to figure out Google Ads are paying $10, $15, $20 or more for just a single click? It's nuts. Well, using the twist, you won't have to compete and your cost per click will be very low. What would you rather pay for a prospective lead? $3 or $23? Yeah, me too. Okay, the twist is all about relevance. See, Google wants a high-quality user experience, and I'll show you the formula that they go by. In this formula, we see that Google is all about quality score. This is why I showed you how to theme your ads and keywords with your ad groups. See, most people, when they try to make this work, they simply get a handful of keywords, maybe 1 or 2 ads, and then mash them all together and hit go. Looking at the diagram, here's where that goes wrong. What's important are your keywords' relevancy as compared to your ad relevance, like I shared before. If your keyword is stop foreclosure and your ad says we buy houses in probate, that will create a lower quality score. So your click-through rate will go down and your click cost will go up. See how that works? Now, however, if your keyword is buy my house cash and your ad says buy my house cash and your landing page talks about buying their house cash, you have a magical recipe and your quality score goes way up and your click costs go way down. Google shows your ad more because they want the best user experience. You also pay much less per click, so you actually pay less but outrank your competition. It's pretty dang cool. Now the twist has 2 parts. Step 1 is using deeper keywords. Now, most people just grab a handful of major keywords like I buy houses, sell my house, cash for houses. These are fine, but everybody is bidding on them. When you go deep, you find words like how to sell my house fast for cash or investors who buy houses in Denver. See the difference? We call these long tail keywords and they work magic. The competition doesn't even have a clue. Now step 2 is what we call single keyword ad groups. The second part is to separate every similar keyword into its own ad group. This means instead of having 5 to 10 or more keywords, whether they're themed together or not, into one ad group with 1 or 2 ads, you have exactly themed keywords into each group, specific keywords, and at least 2 ads for every one ad group. So keywords like buy my house cash would be the only type of keywords in the ad group and have at least 2 ads in that ad group related to buy my house cash. This is the key to success with Google Ads. 1 ad group, specific keywords, and at least 2 ads. You can see on our latest account, we have over 3,000 specific keywords and over 2,500 unique ads. The one thing you need to be sure of here is not using the same keywords as everyone else. Use the deeper keywords I mentioned. Another important key is having enough of the right keywords. 10 or 20 or 30 simply will not work. That's what everybody else does. Over the years, we've developed literally hundreds of keyword terms that work very well, which means we have hundreds and even thousands of ads. Yes, thousands of unique custom ads. This is how we beat the competition over and over. Let me show you something. This is one of our accounts. Now, the amount spent may blow your mind a little, but remember, I've been doing this for some time and it's all about ROI, return on investment. If you pay $10 into something and get $20 or $30 or $100 back, that's something I'll keep doing over and over, and I know you would too. With this account, you can see we've had over 146,000 clicks or prospective leads. What I really want you to see is the average cost per click. Just over $3. Remember, when I told you that everyone else is paying $10, $15, $20 or more for a single click, not us, and not you when you do it the way that I've shown you, and then I'll show you now. I show you this because I want you to know that this system works. I want you to write this down and repeat after me. There is no such thing as a motivated seller problem. There is only a marketing problem. Here's what that means. See, most every investor struggles because they think there are no motivated sellers, when in fact, there are more than you could ever handle in most any market. The simple fact is, they just don't know how to find them, or should I say, have them find us. Now, you have that solution. So, what if you knew how to do this? Can you see how you're just one single Google Ads campaign away from changing your life forever? Well, it's possible. You've just seen with your own eyes that you can create a simple, automated, motivated seller machine that can make your business hundreds of thousands of dollars per year without having to fight with all the competition in your market. That you can generate motivated sellers on demand in your market automatically. And that you can start using this strategy right now in your business, no matter what your real estate experience is. And even if you haven't been able to get leads and deals in the past, Mastering this skill set is the key to your financial freedom because you can use it over and over again to find motivated sellers and get deals on demand, which means money will never be an issue for you again. So where do you go from here? Well, if you feel confident enough to take this knowledge and run with it, please do. It's yours now. But some words of caution. As with most things in life, when it comes to building your motivated seller machine, success will be found in the details. Just because you know how the game of football is played doesn't mean you can walk onto the field and win a Super Bowl. Well, it's no different here. What I've just shared with you today are the steps to setting up a Google Ads campaign. Getting it set up is only the first part. It took me about 2 years of dedicated study and practice and mistakes to really master this system. Was it worth it? Obviously. Learning this is what allowed me to go from schlepping around, scratching for deals, to making my first million within 18 months. But I studied and practiced and tested every night for 2 to 3 hours straight after I get done with work. The bottom line is you can't skip the process. If you want to become a pilot, you have to go through flight school. If you want to make money in real estate, you have to have an effective lead generation system, period. But 2 years is a long time. And I don't know what your confidence level is when it comes to building a motivated seller machine on your own might be right now. 20%? 30%? 50%? What would your confidence level be if I set up the entire system for you? Would that increase your confidence level to the 90 to 100% range? And what if we could shorten your results curve down from 2 years to just 30 days? And I'm actually going to guarantee that you will end up with a motivated seller machine that successfully generates motivated seller leads for you so that you can start closing deals and cashing checks right away. Well, today, I'm going to give a few of you that opportunity. So here's how we're going to do that. Right now, I'm taking a limited number of students and I'm going to create your entire motivated seller system exactly the way mine's set up so you can use it in your own market. Now, the system is called Commando Motivated Seller Machine. And as one of the few who get access, we're going to create your motivated seller machine from start to finish using all the secret sauce and special tricks we've discovered over the years of perfecting it. So by the time we're done, you'll have a motivated seller machine that generates motivated sellers for you automatically, day in and day out. And if you use the system like I show you, the entire thing is completely free. But we'll get more into that in a minute. So if you're tired of chasing sellers around and begging them to sell their house to you out of pity, or if you have or want a real estate business and you want to get more motivated seller leads and deals with less work, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and you want to take control of your financial destiny, and if you want to acquire the ability to create cash or revenue on demand 24/7 from anywhere in the world, without having to deal with all the competitors in your market, without running around putting up bandit signs, without wasting countless hours of your life driving for dollars, then this system is specifically for you. So here's how it's going to work. It's a done-for-you system. So by the time we're done with it, you'll have a complete working motivated seller machine that finds motivated sellers for you automatically. In other words, I'm going to build your entire motivated seller machine, then give you access and show you how to turn it on. You'll have your very own motivated seller machine for the target market that you choose, and you'll have full control over that system. Once you have access, we'll hold your hand every step of the way so you can turn it on and start generating motivated sellers. We'll work together to get your machine churning out deals and tuned in so that you can start cashing checks and living the life you've been working to achieve as a real estate investor. Now, with the Commando Motivated Seller Machine, we're going to start at the very beginning and set up every aspect of your motivated seller machine. So in step 1, I'm doing all of the keyword research and creation specific to your market. Keywords, if you remember, are the foundation of a winning motivated seller machine. And we've discovered literally hundreds of the best ones to use. You'll get them all, but tailored specifically for your market. The right keywords are a requirement and based on human psychology that you absolutely must get right to effectively uncover the motivated sellers who are looking for help. These are the keywords that allow you to go from needy arm-twisting investor who's desperate to make an offer to anyone who'll listen to you, to a confident authority who has motivated sellers chasing you down, begging you to buy their house as you come from a place of power and service. These are the little-known but priceless keywords that allow you to become the hunted instead of the hunter. Now in step 2, we're going to separate every single one of the keywords, hundreds of them that we've created for you, and group them into individual ad groups. Remember when I talked about the twist that allows us to beat out the competitors who are trying to use Google Ads? This is the core component of beating them every single time. We'll create hundreds of unique ad groups based one-on-one of the keywords we've created. This is the step that will separate you from the herd. You'll be head and shoulders above any other investor who's trying to figure out how to do this. Setting up your ad groups this way will cause your cost per click to drop significantly. So while anybody else might be paying an arm and a leg, you'll be getting prospective leads for a couple of bucks. This will make it much easier for you to start getting and closing deals fast so you can scale quickly and start getting even more leads and closing more deals. Now once your keywords and ad groups are all set up, now in step 3 we'll be creating your lead generating ads. This is the single magical part of the Motivated Seller Machine that motivated sellers see when they search for help, which sets your company apart from everyone else in your market. Get it right and it can make you millions. Get it wrong and your account is doomed to fail before you've even begun. But we're not just going to create 5 or 10 or 20 ads for you. In fact, we're going to expand it to 3 or more unique ads for every single keyword. This means that your Motivated Seller Machine will have over 1,000 unique ads, every one individual, so when sellers search for help, they'll see an ad that exactly matches the keyword they've typed in, just like I showed you in the training earlier. This is the second part of the twist that gives you the advantage over any other competitors. So what do the ads contain? Well, they're what I call Motivated Seller Machine power-ups. These are the advanced psychological triggers and conversion boosters that can take a good ad and turn it into one that can change your financial lot in life forever. Some examples of what I'm going to include in your system are emotional trigger words. These are carefully selected words that have been proven over the decades to increase the emotional response in all ads. And you have to remember that taking action is an emotional response to a problem. Pattern interrupt. Getting your prospective motivated seller's attention is the first job you have in your ad, and this is one of the most effective ways to do that. Then there's the local connection. Have you noticed that almost every person who has a chance to do business locally will choose that over some big business? That's because of the trust factor, and we're going to put that into your ads so sellers are compelled to want to choose to work with you. Next is headline stacking. This is a method we're going to use in your ads so you have an irresistible ad that sellers will feel driven to click on. We have up to 3 headlines each ad, each targeting a specific need for a prospective seller. Then there's the fast offer. Sellers want to know how they can get help in a hurry. And the ad copy we use is worded in just the right way to make them feel confident about you without thinking you're too pushy or a phony. And 5 additional Motivated Seller Machine power-ups. Once we have your 1,000 plus ads created, you're going to have the most detailed and advanced set of Motivated Seller Machine ads we've ever created, along with every conversion booster I've used to build my own business, which have produced over $7 million. Remember, you'll be able to turn this on and off whenever you choose. You pick your own budget. If you want to spend $10 a day or turn it off for a week, you're in complete control. Now in step 4, you're going to get to the good part. It's time to turn on the Motivated Seller Machine. I'll show you around under the hood and how everything works. It's actually pretty simple after the setup part, which will handle every bit of that. Then together, you and I will turn on your Motivated Seller Machine and get things rolling. One important thing to note, I'll be here for you every step of the way. After we build your Motivated Seller Machine and give you access, then help you to turn it on, me and my team will be here for you every step of the way. Have a question? Let us know. Need help with anything at all? Let us know. We are experts at using the Motivated Seller Machine and will help you whenever you need it. That's my promise to you. Just know, you don't need any technical skills whatsoever. All you need to do is watch the video and follow the simple steps I show you to turn it on or off. Just a simple click. Now, step 5 is where I'll personally show you how to check in on your Motivated Seller machine. It only takes about 10 minutes one time per week to check out your stats and make sure everything is running great and you're getting results, leads, and so on. All right, now at this point, you'll have your complete Motivated Seller machine set up and ready to start getting leads. But there's something else I'd like to cover. Now, one of the main things I hear from students is, David, I'm so excited to get Motivated Seller leads, but what do I do with them once I get them? Hey, that's a fantastic question. So if you're wondering, what do I say to sellers on the phone? Or what do I look for when I view the house? Or how do I structure offers that sellers will accept? Or what paperwork do I use? Or how do I do deals with no money down? Today is a great day for you because I've got you covered. See, my most important thing is helping you find success in your business. I know how hard it was and how much I struggled. So I want to help you get there as quickly as possible. I'm going to add in our new 6-week real estate investor coaching program if you're one of the few we work with today. You'll get access to a 6-week course with myself and my top coach where every week we'll do a new training to cover topics you'll need to know so you can do deals. We'll do the training with you on a webinar, then answer your questions too. Even better than that, you'll get full access to all the training recordings inside your member area, so they're always there for you to go back to when you need a refresher or simply need an answer. Included in the real estate investor coaching program that you're going to get today as well, in Module 1, Talking to Sellers, we'll deep dive into just what to say and what not to say when talking to a seller. You'll be able to talk to a seller with confidence once you learn the right questions to ask. You'll also get a fantastic seller script to go along with Module 1 so you can easily follow along until you have it down. Once you know how to talk to a seller and know the right terms to use, it's easy and you'll be signing up deals before you know it. In Module 2, we'll cover the walkthrough. Now, meeting the seller at a house is key in building rapport and learning about the property. In Module 2, you'll learn when to set the appointment and what to take along. You'll learn how to quickly build rapport with a seller and learn 3 simple phrases that will immediately get them eating out of your hand and eager to point out any issues with the house. You'll also learn what questions to ask to uncover the seller's deep, hidden motivation for selling and what their bottom line price is. This will enable you to make offers that are win-win for you and the seller, so you can make big paychecks while leaving the seller happy about the solution you provided. In Module 3, we'll cover structuring offers. Now, structuring offers is where the magic happens. When you know how to present 2 or more offers, the chances of the seller accepting one of them goes up by about 62%. In Module 3, you'll learn how to quickly structure an offer on the spot and how you'll present the one you most want in a way that almost guarantees the seller will choose that one. Cash deal, owner finance, takeover payments, lease with an option to buy. You'll learn how to do each one of these offers so you can walk away with a great deal structured and move on to closing the deal and cashing your paycheck. In Module 4, we'll go over paperwork. Once the seller accepts your offer, it's time to sign up the deal. You'll learn which forms to use and how to fill them out. You'll also know how to use a specific form I'll give you that can keep your deals safe should the seller ever try to talk to another investor behind your back. It happens once in a while. As part of Module 4, you're going to get copies of the actual paperwork I use so that you can copy what you need for your own deals. Now, in Module 5, we'll cover exit strategies. There are literally dozens of ways to do a real estate deal, including many different types of no money down deals. In Module 5, we'll dig deep into the top 4 methods you can use as exit strategies. You'll know, based on the condition of the house and the motivation level of the seller, exactly which type of exit strategy you should use. Should you hold it, retail it, flip it? In Module 5, you'll learn the exact criteria for each one of the 4 exit strategies we'll cover and why to do them so you'll have your deal arsenal ready and be able to do a deal on just about any property you find and cash the paycheck at the end. In Module 6, everybody needs to know how to do these no money down deals. Most investors start out by doing no money down deals. In Module 6, you're going to learn how to structure these deals and how to quickly flip these deals for a quick payday. You'll be able to do it without coming up with cash for deals, financing, or anything like that. you'll be able to use a specific document I'll give you in Module 6 that will allow you to flip the house and walk away with thousands of dollars for just a few hours of your time. The good news here is you can literally flip a deal and cash a check for $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 or more within days of landing the deal. This is how you rapidly grow your real estate investing business and turn it into a real company that will provide a lifestyle for you and your family. Now at this point, you'll have the Motivated Seller Machine up and running and bringing in leads so that you'll never have a shortage of motivated sellers to pick from. They'll be begging to work with you, so you buy their house. You'll also have all the tools and knowledge necessary to do those deals. You'll know multiple ways to structure a deal and use one of your new exit strategies to quickly cash checks and make your paydays. Let me show you how this system works, even when the seller is on the radar and getting bombarded by other investors. Earlier in the training, I showed you how the Motivated Seller Machine gets leads of sellers that nobody else knows about, since they aren't on any radars yet, like the vacant house list, the probate list, the foreclosure list, and so on. That by itself gives you an unfair advantage over all the other investors. But how about having a system where you can even beat out all the other investors who are chasing sellers who are on the radar? Well, it was just before Christmas, and I got a call from a seller who found me online from the Motivated Seller Machine. He told me the story about how he was in foreclosure and he didn't want to have a foreclosure in his life, asking if I could help out in some way. Now, I had a Christmas party to go to that evening, but success moves fast. So I told him I could swing by tonight and see the house. He agreed. Well, I was all dressed up, ready for the party when I stopped by this guy's house. It was in a nice neighborhood and I knew the neighborhood, so I was excited to see what I'd find. Well, it was starting to get dark, but I could see all this junk and what looked like a big tent in the front yard. All right, I knocked on the door, and when he opened the door, I saw nothing but piles of junk. It was what we call a hoarder house or a pack rat house. Literally, garbage and junk filled the house, and there were trails from the kitchen to the bathroom to the bedroom and to the TV area too. It was a wild sight to see. We'd see these in the fire department as well. Here's the good part. I sat down at the table with this guy and his wife, and he told me about their situation and how they had been getting all this mail and even people knocking on their door trying to, quote, steal their house from them. Now remember when I told you, Sneaky Sam, there he is again, right? All these other investors were just Sneaky Sams to this homeowner. He actually had a garbage bag full of all the mail that he had been getting. I asked him if I could have it, and I ended up taking it back to the office and taking this picture. All of them, Sneaky Sams, that's what he saw. You know how that seller found me? Take a look at this picture. Back in there on the table, see that old computer monitor? Yep, even though he had mail from over 40 different investors and people knocking on his door, he still went online and did a search and found me. I structured a great deal with the owner and we signed up a deal on the spot. It was definitely a win-win deal since that seller and his wife, instead of getting foreclosed on and being put on the street, I was able to give them a check at closing for $87,000. That, my friend, is how you do good business. Now, the seller found me using the Motivated Seller Machine. Other investors were climbing all over him, yet he still found and contacted me instead of responding to them. I structured a deal for $279,000 and the seller walked away with $87,000. Paid for it using private money, renovated the property. We pulled seven 30-yard dumpsters of stuff out of this house. It was crazy. Now, for using a smart lead generation system and creating a win-win situation for everybody involved, I made over $122,000. That is the way you do deals. When you have the Motivated Seller Machine, you'll be able to find great deals like this one too, or should I say, they'll find you. And you'll finally be able to get what you're after, which is freedom. It'll give you more financial freedom because you now have an effective Motivated Seller Machine that can generate motivated sellers for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it also gives you more time freedom to be with your family, work on other parts of your business because it doesn't require all the time and effort that all that typical marketing does. All right, so today, I've shown you beyond the shadow of a doubt that it's absolutely possible to have a fully automated, motivated seller machine that can make your business hundreds of thousands of dollars per year without having to worry about fighting all the competition off in your market. You've seen that it's possible to get incredible deals right out from underneath the noses of all your competition, even if they're mailing and marketing to the homeowner. And you've also seen that you can use this strategy even if you're starting from scratch, without the need for doing all the typical other marketing and without knowing how to do deals yet. So if you're ready to acquire the ability to generate motivated seller leads and deals on demand and change your life forever in the process, here's how you can sign up for the program. Now, we're only taking a limited number of people and only in certain markets. If a market is not available, you'll need to pick a different market. If your market is available and you're able to claim it, your only job is to claim your system and then turn it on once we've completed your Motivated Seller Machine setup. By the time your Motivated Seller Machine is done, you'll have a fully functional lead generation machine that's ready to get you motivated sellers and deals automatically and make you and your business much more money. Well, what about the price? You can purchase the Motivated Seller Machine anytime at motivatedsellermachine.com for $1,997. Now, if that sounds expensive, keep this in mind. It would cost you $10,000 and a percentage of every dollar of your marketing budget if you were to hire a Google Ads company to create your account. And it wouldn't even have the special twist that we use here at our business, so your results wouldn't be anywhere as good. The Motivated Seller Machine will allow you to get leads anytime you want for a tenth of that amount, and you own this incredibly valuable system forever. But the fact that you're still here watching this means that you're actually serious about the success of your business. So here's what I'm going to do. My biggest thrill in life is getting letters from students like you who I've set up this system for and who've used it to change their lives. So if you're willing to invest in yourself today, I'm willing to invest in you. I'm going to take $1,000 out of my pocket and I'm going to invest that in you and your future success with the Motivated Seller Machine. So right now, during this webinar, I'm going to put $1,000 towards your system, which brings the price to just $997. To put that in perspective, you just saw me use this same system to scoop a deal right out from under over 40 other investors and make a whopping $122,000 in just one deal in our examples today. So would you invest $997 to acquire that ability? I hope so. Now, with that being said, there is one small catch. Your $1,000 discount is only good for the next 3 hours. Why? Because decisiveness is a trait shared by all successful entrepreneurs. Simply put, you cannot build a business while sitting on a fence. So I want you to get off the fence and decide to change your future. Now, in addition to the 50% discount, I want to make this a completely safe decision for you without any risk whatsoever. So I'm going to give you an unprecedented 2-part guarantee that's unheard of. First and foremost, I'm going to give you a no questions asked 60-day money-back guarantee. If at any time during the first 60 days of getting the system, it's not a fit for you for any reason, just contact my support team at commandosupport.com and they'll give you a prompt 100% refund. But here's where things get really interesting. Believe it or not, my goal here isn't to sell you a lead system, and I'm going to prove that to you right now. My ultimate goal is to turn you into a successful entrepreneur who can build an amazing real estate business that you can be proud of. And it's to help you create an incredible new source of income and purpose in your life and to ultimately set you free. And while I'm not only going to build this entire machine for you, I'm also going to take you by the hand and show you exactly what to do when you start getting leads. In order to reach your goal, you must take action. At this point, I'm confident that you're ready to get started, that you're serious about owning this Motivated Seller Machine, and that you're ready to take action because you wouldn't still be here otherwise. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and offer you a completion challenge. Once your machine is set up, follow along with the plan just like I'm going to show you how to do, step by step. When you do, you can end up with a complete and working system that brings you leads and deals. When you close your first deal that came to you from the Motivated Seller Machine, send my team an email at support@therealestatecommando.com at any time over the next 6 months with a breakdown and details of that deal. And I'll send you a check for $997 to cover the entire cost of the Motivated Seller Machine. In other words, I'm going to pay you to use the system and change your life. I've never seen anyone else willing to do this, so why am I? Because I want to reward people who take action. And I know that if you finish the system, if you plug this in and use it, I'll have made such a magic impact on your life that you'll be a raving fan and a customer of mine in the future. From my point of view, it's an investment in my most valuable asset, which is my customer base. So that means there's literally no way you can lose here. At a bare minimum, you have a full 60-day money-back guarantee to go through the entire program risk-free. And when you've successfully closed your first deal, you get, from the Motivated Seller Machine, simply following the steps, I'm going to send you a 100% of your money back. So here's how to get started. And then I've got one more massive surprise for you. Remember, we're only taking a limited number of new clients and only if your market is available. So step one is checking to see if your market is available. On the right-hand side of your screen, you'll notice that a button has just appeared to check your market. I want you to click that button right now to claim your market area and join the Motivated Seller Machine. If your market is open, a fully secured checkout page will pop up in a new window. So fill it out while you continue to listen to the rest of this webinar. After you fill out the registration form and finish the process, you're going to be taken to the intake form for Motivated Seller Machine, where you'll just enter a couple of pieces of information so we can start building your system. And that's it. We'll quickly set up your system, and after your system is complete, watch the welcome video to get started. Follow along as I show you how to turn on your brand new Motivated Seller Machine. Now remember the real estate investor coaching program that you're getting as part of the system? I'll send you a new lesson each week and we'll do a new training as I walk you through the investing process step by step. And by the way, make sure you forward your receipt email to your CPA because Motivated Seller Machine is a tax-deductible business expense. Now, as you fill out the form to get started, I have one more surprise for you, which will likely become one of your most valuable possessions. Remember when I said when a motivated seller clicks on one of your ads, they go to a landing page? Well, I'm going to provide landing pages that are designed specifically to get the seller to take action when they see it. And that's not all. One of the biggest secrets to success when it comes to getting real estate deals signed up that works like crazy is the follow-up. 95% of all investors fail miserably here. So I'm going to provide you with a fully operational lead management system and follow-up machine. I was tired of trying to use other systems out there that just didn't meet my needs. So I decided to have my own real estate website and leads and deals management system built. So many new investors start out in this business and they're doomed to fail from the beginning because they simply don't have a method to find motivated sellers. And on top of that, they have no system to manage their leads and deals. So things slip through the cracks and they end up ultimately failing. You will have a complete real estate investor lead generation website and a leads and deals business management system. I call it Mission Control. Let's take a quick look at what's included in Mission Control. The first part is your real estate investor website. This is where motivated sellers will end up when they click on your ad. The website is designed to build trust with the seller so they ultimately fill up a fast response form on the page or pick up the phone and call you for help. The seller can explore the site and learn how investors buy houses, get typical questions answered, and there's even a FAQ or FAQ so they can get any typical questions that sellers have answered and be ready to contact you. The entire site is search engine optimized for your market, which means the site can rank on Google just because of the way it's built, so sellers will see it and click through to visit. So it's kind of a double whammy on top of your motivated seller machine. It also has all of your business information on it. It's custom tailored to you. The great thing is you have full access, so it's easy to change any information on the site you wish, add pages, add a blog if you want. It's fully customizable if you choose, but you don't need to do anything since we'll build it tailored to you, your market, and your business. This is the face of your business on the web. Now, when a seller fills out a web form on the site, their information becomes a lead inside your lead management system. Let's check that out. This is the back end of your system where you manage leads and deals. On the map, you can see active leads and deals and even click on any of them to go right to that file. In the property section, you have leads, prospects, and deals, each one with specific information. Under the leads tab will be any leads that have come in from your website or that you have added manually. This section contains basic info about the owner and the house. If that lead becomes a prospect, now we have additional information about the property, and there's even a deal acquisition calculator. Now, once you sign up that prospect and it turns into a deal, you click a button and that property moves over to the deal section inside the system. In the deal section, you can choose the type of deal so that the information reflects the deal type. Are you flipping or wholesaling it, holding it, retailing it? You choose the deal type. Then the deal manager tells you what to do during your due diligence phase, which marketing steps to do so that you can quickly get a buyer in place, and of course, the closing checklist so you can finish the deal and collect your paycheck. There's even a repair cost estimator in case you're doing rehabs or want to make a repair estimate for prospective buyers. A couple of great features of the Leads and Deal Manager are it will send you an email and a text message the very second you get a new lead so that you can quickly follow up on that lead and turn it into a deal. This will also give you the upper hand on any other investors since they're always slow to respond. You'll get all the deals. Another great feature is the follow-up system. All it takes is the click of a button to follow up each lead. We know from experience that it takes multiple follow-ups to really close most deals. Most investors stop just after one contact. Mission Control makes it easy for you to follow up with leads at exactly the right time so that you'll catch that seller at the perfect time and be able to close the deal. Again, beating out your competitors over and over. The reminder system will tell you who to call and when, so you never miss the seller. There's even a built-in calendar where you schedule your appointments to meet sellers or go to a closing to pick up a check. And the calendar syncs with your Google or Outlook calendar. Everything is there in Mission Control to make this entire system everything you need to get seller leads, know how to structure deals and do the agreements, and how to find buyers and get paid. And now with Mission Control, manage every aspect of every lead and deal you have in your business. Mission Control is typically $497 to set up and then $47 a month. But I'm going to waive the setup fee and also give it to you free for 3 full months when you join today. All right, so to recap, when you join the Motivated Seller Machine today, you're going to be an official owner of Commando Motivated Seller Machine, where you will own your very own automated motivated seller lead generation system. Yes, this proven system can be used to get deals in any market. If you'd like to have more motivated seller leads and deals, this system will acquire them. When you join today, before the deadline, I'm going to give you a whopping $1,000 discount and reduce the price from $1,997 to just $997. This is an exclusive discount for people who are on this training right now. You get my 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, so you can use the Motivated Seller Machine for a full 60 days without any risk whatsoever. And you'll also be able to take me up on my completion challenge. Once your machine is set up, follow along with the plan, just like I'm going to show you how to do step by step. When you close your first deal that came to you from Motivated Seller Machine, send my team an email at support@therealestatecommando.com at any time in the next 6 months with a breakdown and details of that deal. I'll send you a check for $997 to cover the cost of the Motivated Seller Machine. With my 2-part guarantee, there is literally no risk and no way you can lose here. You're also getting free enrollment in my real estate investor coaching program, 6 full weeks of training, questions and answer sessions, real estate agreements, scripts. You'll have everything you need to turn your new motivated seller leads into check-producing deals. And finally, I'm giving you an absolutely priceless bonus when you join today, which is 3 months of free access to your own Komando Mission Control business website and leads and deal manager software suite, which will allow you to quickly and easily get leads into your leads manager and turn them into deals so that you can cash those checks. All you need to do at this point is click the Check Your Area button to the right of your screen. Fill out the availability form to check if your market is available, and if so, you'll get your very own motivated seller machine plus everything else here I've covered. If you change your mind at any point, you have my guarantee to back you up. So at this point, you've watched this entire presentation. You've seen that it's possible to create an automated motivated seller machine that generates leads and deals 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that can make your business hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's clear that the motivated seller machine will be the answer to finally getting deals and cashing checks in your business. So I'd like to invite you one last time to participate in this priceless system so you can have your very own motivated seller machine, start getting leads in your market, signing up great deals, cashing checks, and change your life in the process. I've made sure this is a completely safe decision for you without any risk whatsoever. So click the link to the right of your screen to check your area and get started. Thank you so much for joining me here on this webinar today, and I'm looking forward to helping you build an incredibly successful business now and into the future.